Okay, so now we are going to work on comments. Every blog needs a comment section. So we're going to go into our single page because that's the only area where we should have comments. And after my end while statement, we'll do it right here. Let's create a new div. Div ID equals comments template. And within it, let's add another WordPress function called comments template. And this is going to import, it's just like get sidebar or get footer, it's going to get comments.php. So let's show my file browser and we're going to create that page now. Comments.php. Okay, so this is the only section that we're not going to do by hand, only because you're going to find yourself copy and pasting quite a bit with this section, and we are running so high on time, I had no idea this would take me so long. So I'm going to save that. And first, I just want to show you in the browser to see. This is very close to what the default theme provides you. And you can see it's just a lot of writing, and we don't have the time for that. So let's open it up and see what this gives us. Okay, leave a reply. I'm logged in as admin, so I'm just going to write test comment. Click submit. So that's the great thing about WordPress is if you don't know how to do something, you can always just kind of copy and paste from other themes. And now you can see this is the basic formatting. So I'm going to do one more, another test comment, just so we have an idea of working with the spacing. Okay, so WordPress implements gravatars. That's a nice feature that you don't have to worry about yourself. I want to go over this real quick. This section you're going to add to almost all comments areas. And it's just saying if the user types in comments.php into the window, we don't want to load the page directly, so we die. And then also we check to see if the post is password protected. This is something that you'll just copy and paste into each comments form. So here is the basic outline for comments. If have comments, just like if have posts, then do the following. And here's what we have right here. So we have an H3 tag, and we have the comments number. So that contains this section right here. The way we get the number of comments is PHP comments number. Remember, we did that before. And we had comments 2, and then the title of the posting. Pretty simple. Next, we have an ordered list with a class of comments. And then we're just saying for each comments as comment, we echo out that information. So it's pretty simple. So we have our list item, we get the avatar. We then have a div class with a class of main comment in which we add our H4, and we get the name of the commenter, right here, admin, by using comment author link. We get what they write by adding a WordPress function called comment text. Now this span class arrow is actually kind of a cool trick to add a bit of styling. Now I posted about this on NetTuts called Fun with CSS Shapes. You guys might have watched it. And that's how we do it there. Now here I'm going to go over this a little bit later. It's mostly just formal jargon to check to see if a password is, if a user is required to be a member to leave, and it also adds the comment form right around here. So like I said, usually you'll just kind of copy and paste and edit the comment form however you need. So that gives us this. Let's go and add some styling at the bottom. So we'll do this, comments template. And we'll begin by styling that wrapping div. So we called it comments template. Let's fix this, template. Okay, margin top, I want to separate it from the posting. So 2 M's, background of ed. Border is 1 pixel solid, white all around. What else? Border right, once again, we're doing that kind of depth thing. So df, and border bottom. Clear both. We're going to be floating the gravatar, so we want to make sure that, clear both. We make sure that we clear any images from our posting. Margin bottom is 28 pixels. Overflow hidden. Make sure it clears any floated elements. and padding right is 40 pixels to push it off of the edge. Padding left is 30 pixels, padding top. And once again, we could apply that into one style. So let's save that, refresh it, and now we have that wrapping div, like you can see. We need to do a little bit more. Let's add that rounded corner, so Moz border radius, top right, and WebKit, border, top right, radius, 5 pixels. And then finally, I'm going to give it a position of relative, just in case I absolutely position any of its children. All right. What next? Comments, template, the input. We're going to be styling, if you're not logged in this section, to leave a reply. So we'll do keep it former, make sure it stays white, and margin right 10 pixels. Comments template, each list item, and that will be for each comment. Clear left, border bottom, 1 pixel solid, D3, 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 which is a very light gray. Border top, 1 pixel solid white. Padding, 2 M's to give the text some breathing room, and overflow is hidden. So, okay, so there's that nice border top and border bottom that gives the depth. But we also need to make sure that we remove the top and the bottom one, like we did with the sidebar. So let's do that right now. Comments template, li first child, border top none, li last child, border bottom none. And now it's been removed. Good. So now let's start styling each post. Comments template, and then the avatar is given a class of avatar appropriately. So we're going to float that avatar to the left, set a margin right of 25 pixels, background of AF, AF, AF. Give it a border all around, solid white, that's fine. But let's remove the border right and the border bottom. And then also give it some padding, 4 pixels. All right, so by applying a background color and adding padding, we can kind of add a border and then kind of a darker background. Just makes it look a little bit nicer. So let's continue after our padding. Remember, we gave this section right here is within its own div. Let's see if I can find it. No, I can't get to it. But anyways, it's in its own div with a class of main_comments. So we can style that separately by doing main comment. And we're going to give it a background of white. This is where the actual text for the commenter is going to go. Margin left, I'm going to push it away from the gravatar and some breathing room for the text, and set the position to relative. All right. Now, remember that span with a class of arrow? I've gone over this before, but it's just kind of an easy way to add the speech bubble without using images. We're going to use CSS, so main comment, and then find that span with the class of arrow that's within it. And we'll set the width height, 0, line. I've already gone over this in that Fun with CSS Shapes tutorial, so feel free to look over that if you've never seen this before. Solid ED, border right, 20 pixels. Solid white, and position to absolute, and let's position it top 10 pixels, left -20, which is the inverse of border right. So neat. It's just kind of a way to get that triangle. And there is our system. So I know I went kind of quick on the comments.php, and it's just because it can actually get quite complicated, and if you're new to WordPress. But mostly just kind of accept that you'll eventually develop your own comments form, but this is just kind of an easy way to make sure that the user doesn't need to register, and it adds the input form so that if you're not signed in, for instance, let's log out. It adds the input, and we will need to style that slightly as well. Okay, So that should take care of the comments form. I think the next step is we need to style our About section. You can see, let's see where that gives us. Okay, so this basically looks like another posting. We're going to change it up and turn it into an actual page in the next lesson.